Paul Heyman teases managing Roman Reigns and a former WWE Champion at the same time. Seth Rollins takes a shot at Daniel Bryan and CM Punk in his latest tweet. And former WWE Champion wants a dream match with Roman Reigns before retirement. Hello everyone, Jose G here bringing you today's top stories in today's Sportskeeda Wrestling News Roundup. To stay up to date with all of our content, be sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Paul Heyman teases managing Roman Reigns and a former WWE Champion at the same time. Paul Heyman is teasing an interesting scenario involving Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar in the near future. Heyman had a chat with the New York Post and was asked about working with Brock Lesnar in the past as a full-fledged heel. The New York native was then asked about Lesnar's view on portraying the role of a face. Heyman presented an interesting scenario in response to the question, teasing that Brock Lesnar could target a different champion than Roman Reigns. Heyman hinted that in such a case, he could manage both megastars at the same time, saying, quote, "I don't know if we end up in a situation where Brock Lesnar can't go after a different championship other than Roman Reigns's, and he can have his advocate and Roman Reigns can have his special counsel. There's a lot of decisions to be made, and there's a lot of scenarios that can be played out, and I dare suggest anyone who thinks that they have this figured out doesn't have a clue as to the twists and turns that could and will come in the near future." End quote. From the very beginning of Brock Lesnar's WWE run, Paul Heyman has been at his side. Heyman has acted as Lesnar's mouthpiece for the better part of his WWE career and has consistently delivered incredible performances. The 55-year-old is still exceptional in his current role. Aligning Reigns with Heyman has been one of the best decisions WWE has taken in recent memory. Heyman's tease is certainly something to think about. If Lesnar ends up gunning for the WWE title and moving to Raw, there's no reason Heyman can't manage both him and Reigns at the same time. Jeff Hardy reacts to being booked to chase the 24/7 title, speaks about his goals. Jeff Hardy recently was featured on Monday Night Raw's segment where he was a part of a group of superstars who were chasing the 24/7 championship. Fans were furious with Hardy's treatment on the main roster. In an interview with James Stewart of Wrestling Inside the Ropes, the charismatic Enigma spoke about his involvement in the segment, saying, quote, "Monday night in Miami, that's just what I felt like doing. That's what I had to do. I was in the chase for the 24/7 title, and it just didn't work out, man. I just came out, I didn't work out. It's one of those things, man. I just show up to work and do what they need me to do, and then I move on. That's in the past, and this Monday is the future, so I'm super excited." End quote. Jeff Hardy is a former two-time world champion in WWE and is one of the most popular superstars in the history of pro wrestling. Seeing him on the undercard is a sore sight for the fans. With his popularity and skill set, even at this age, he has the potential to become a world champion. We'll have to wait and see if that happens anytime soon. Seth Rollins takes a shot at Daniel Bryan and CM Punk in latest tweet. Seth Rollins recently reacted to the news of Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson signing with the WWE. But in doing so, he might have irked the latest AEW signings, Bryan Danielson and CM Punk. The WWE SmackDown superstar retweeted the original tweet by WWE and wrote the following, saying, quote, "Best wrestler in the world coming to the best wrestling company in the world. Love to see it. Gable Steveson is WWE," end quote. While Rollins' words may seem harmless, the enthusiasm over the news of Gable Steveson coming to WWE upon further inspection, it can be said that the Messiah's tweet has a hidden meaning. The tweet of best wrestler in the world could refer to Steveson, but also the nickname of the former WWE star, Bryan Danielson. Not only that, but Danielson's colleague CM Punk, who made his in-ring return at AEW All Out after 7 years away, is also famously called the best in the world. Seth Rollins also spiced things up by referring to WWE as the best wrestling company in the world. It goes without saying that WWE has recently come under fire from fans as the overall quality of their shows have been deteriorating. While Seth Rollins is undoubtedly one of the best professional wrestlers of the current era and a huge name in WWE, the four-time world champion is not without his fair share of controversies. Not long ago, Rollins came under fire for an unsavory tweet made towards New Japan Pro Wrestling's Will Ospreay. Rollins, however, later admitted his mistake and apologized to Ospreay. Well, it remains to be seen if either Bryan Danielson or CM Punk or someone from AEW will respond to Rollins. The tweet has already caused dissension among the fans of both companies on Twitter. Former WWE Champion wants a dream match with Roman Reigns before retirement. WWE superstar Jeff Hardy was on the Wrestling Inside the Ropes podcast to discuss some of the highlights of his storied career and a potential dream match with Roman Reigns, saying, quote, "My number one goal is definitely to be the Universal Champion one time before my career is over. I don't know how much longer I have, and I'm very much living like today, here and now. So I just want to entertain people. It's exciting to be back in front of the live audiences," end quote. Jeff Hardy stated that he admitted Roman Reigns and his whole tribal chief persona. Hardy added that he wanted a singles match with Roman, and that would be a dream encounter before he decided to call curtains on his career. Jeff Hardy has been trending online this past week. After all, fans of the charismatic Enigma were not very pleased to see him in the 24/7 title picture. Hardy also acknowledged the same and said that it was a bad idea to go after the 24/7 championship. WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns has to deal with a list of challengers coming for the Universal title. While Jeff Hardy has expressed his desire for a dream match, Roman will have to deal with Finn Balor at Extreme Rules. Damian Priest reacts to teaming up with Bad Bunny at WrestleMania 37. Damian Priest and Grammy Award-winning rapper Bad Bunny faced The Miz and John Morrison at WrestleMania 37. According to the United States Champion, he first thought Bad Bunny was another superstar. Bad Bunny made his first WWE appearance at the Royal Rumble to perform his hit song titled Booker T live. He began feuding with The Miz and eventually won the 24/7 title. At WrestleMania 37, he made his in-ring debut, pinning the former WWE Champion to score a victory for himself and Damian Priest. Speaking to Devon Dudley on his Table Talk podcast, the Archer of Infamy revealed that WWE COO Triple H informed him of his pairing with Bad Bunny. Damian Priest thought he was referring to a superstar, saying, quote, "So first, I've said this a few times, but it's just so funny because it really happened. So I'm in NXT. First of all, I just not too long before this found out that my time in NXT was coming up, which was like, oh, I'm pretty sure Hunter was the one. Hey, so you're gonna be working with Bad Bunny. You're gonna be working a program with Bad Bunny." In my head, I was just like, how are you gonna name a wrestler Bad Bunny when there's a Bad Bunny that's a big deal? So I was like, what wrestler is gonna be named Bad Bunny? You know, like what? And then he's like, no, that is the Bad Bunny. It's the musician. And I was like, oh, that's cool because he's a big deal, end quote. Damian Priest is one of the greatest stars in the pro wrestling industry thanks to his in-ring skills. The US champion wants to use his skills even after his retirement. Priest stated that after his in-ring career is over, he wants to work as a coach or as a producer in WWE, and he's already spoken to Triple H about it. Thanks for watching today's Sportskeeda Wrestling News Roundup. For more news stories and exclusive content, be sure you follow us on all social media. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Download the Sportskeeda app for the most up-to-date stories in the world of wrestling.